All right, welcome to Change Catalyst. So, like I promised, I was going to show us what it means to be the presidency. So, I've showed us the villa. The villa is not the state house. It's after you enter the villa that you enter the state house. After you pass pilot one gate, there are other gates, but pilot one is the one I want you guys to pay attention to. So, let's assume now you've entered the villa. There are things you start seeing: the building, state house, clinic, and the rest, also not, and the rest. This is the same thing you see offline. That's physically is the same thing you see on the website. Obviously, upon entering, you will see the notice board showing news and the rest. Then you will see the pictures of Tinubu, Shetima and Tinubu himself. But let's go. What is the structure of the villa, the state house itself? The state house, first of all, the leadership, leadership structure. So upon the leadership, Tinubu is the highest, followed by his wife, or Oluremi, then Shetima's wife. Those are the basic leaders of the state house. Okay. Then you leave the state house leadership and go to presidency. Remind you, the president alone is not the person that is not in charge of your leadership affair. So the state house is run by the what is it called, chief of staff to the president. That chief of staff to the president is the person that is in charge of the state house, and that's the state house of the presidency, not the state house, sorry, of presidency. So it's like is the figure signature. Okay, he does everything for the president. He's the head chief of staff. So the chief of staff, the chief of staff is in charge of the office of the president, then followed by the office of the vice president, which is also held by another politician. Mind you, the chief of staff of Tinubu is Femi Gbajami Amila. You know, that's a politician. The same thing with vice president office is also held by Senator Ibrahim Hassan. So you can see that politicians still recycling politics. We've not had a change. Okay, let me just continue. So the same thing with the office of the secretary to the government. The office of the secretary to the government is also one of the offices. There's where and that's where we have our government policies, program, and services in the Frontier Advisory Institute for the President. Yes, a drive policy majorly. Then Office of the Head of Service. This is also head by another politician. You can just browse the names. I'm just trying to be fast. Office of the National Security Advisor. You know this one. There are plenty of them. Let me just browse it. Then State House Administration. So when you come to State House Administration, that's when you see the Permanent Secretary. Gang, that's the Temitope Papita. This is the only person that his name is not often present, but he's also a big politician in the big state name. So it's all these are just the same set of people you know that have been. So whether you are accusing Tinubu, accusing Goodluck, accusing Yaradua of bad leadership have never changed. It's the same set of people. They just work in different parastatal, growing in different rank and reducing in rank. Let's continue. So we've passed presidency. Presidency, after I told you the leadership of the Senate, followed by the presidency. That's the people that govern you now as you are as in Nigeria. Then followed by the cabinet. So this presidency is run by cabinet. This cabinet includes all ministry. Now, mind you, we have Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Arts and Tourism, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of State for Defense, Ministry of Humanitarian. Now, mind you, you can see from what I'm showing you that Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs does not have a person that is heading it as it stands, and this is poverty reduction. So you see why poverty is growing. Let's go down again. There's another portfolio that is empty. So look at it. Ministry of Innovation and Science. Ministry of Innovation and Sciences. Can you see? Ministry of Innovation and Sciences is also empty. But for the rest, you can look through these names. You'll take your time and go and check this. You'll see that these are people you know already. Still running your street. Very important. So innovation. No innovation in Nigeria. No. Then these cabinets are in charge of making policies. What are the policies they've made? So there are policies in security. Let's check these policies in security. The Northeast operation in the Northeast. Now, their program for the Northeast, the approach, look at the military. They have operation Haban, go and check it, Operation Safe Haven, all this one are Northeast operation. Now, but I observed something. The operations in the Northeast are more planned from the presidency, are smaller than the operation in the Southeast. Why so? Southeast operation Python Dance, Egweke, we have 1 and 2. Twice it has been. Okay, there's one Operation Watsa in Southwest. You'll find out that the part of Nigeria that have crocodile dance smile is also around the Southeast. You find out that the place that have more trouble with kidnapping and the rest, the northern part of Nigeria, only 3 operations out of the 7 operations that are here. You see, I'm just trying for us to go. So let's go back. This is on policies on security, policies on economy. It was so there's economy recruitment plan. You have heard of this, infrastructure and the rest. Anyway, the point is that agriculture they still stick to what Buhari is doing, and virtually in all of them they still stick to what Buhari is doing. So you see, now social investment. I want us to look into social investment. Social investment is still, the government is still working with 2016 program. They have not inducted a new program for this. when it comes to social investment. So everything is channeled on poverty elevation and poverty elevation. Science and technology is just here. I'm not sure there's anything under science and technology. Even notice relief infrastructure, but yeah, I don't think that one is very important. But if you can notice from this, you see that the Buhari administration vision for the previous Niger Delta, everything is still remaining on. And that's why I keep saying that Tinubu government is reaping from what Buhari have done. So let's check on councils and committees, like people that come to assist in leadership. So we have the National Council for Privatization, the National Committee for Overseeing Privatization. So this is just to convert federal properties to government property. The management in National Economic Council, this one is full of government persons. We're still using the 1999 constitution base, so it's not even adjusting to meet by the day. My point through these things is for you to get how back we are. So if presidential committee or Northeast initiative, we're still using the Muhammadu Buhari system. So they play. We talk about presidential enabling business environment. All this, we are giving money to the charity. Is still to remove. Is still July by 2016. The Muhammadu Buhari ono to remove bureaucratic constraint. But that's not true. That's very, very not true. That is on. Okay, so you could continue this. So transparency and anti-corruption. I will always say Tinubu did not promise us to fight corruption. So everything you're going to see here has nothing to do from the day Tinubu took in government. There's nothing else that has been created. Anything you see here was all created by Buhari. You can see asset recovery, TSA, single treasury account, oil gas. All of them were all Buhari policy. Even the BVN, new whistleblowing policy. All of them, they are all Buhari systems. So let's continue. So we talk about State House Servicom. Now this, you will see that this now we're expecting changes because this is updated to 2025. You know why? Because it has to do with the State House. They will always consider themselves well. You see, October 2025. See, right? October 2025. That's just this month that just finished. You can see, they are always considered. In the March, the federal government established the Servicom. So Servicom is where you report things that they help in building Sharia for accountability, commitment to accountability. But it has to do with the State House. The State House is where the president stays. So you can imagine it's always getting attention. These are things that get attention. So budget, and now there's nothing on budget. Basically, we have State House budget. Now I want you to see that State House budget is different from freedom of information. Okay, let's just forget about this. Let's go back to where we are. So we finished on policy. Let's check to press offices. Press offices are those that now tell us all these things that Tinubu have. Okay, so in press offices, these are what they permit as news. This is the worst news trend in the making a junior officer to become, because he has a Yoruba name, to become the new CDS that the northern. Okay, let's not go there and start saying things that are not true, because me, I wouldn't like. I like Tinubu regime or government. I want to stop using regime, but these people, because of the eye service deals under them, do, you can even say they are doing regimes, but they are not really doing regimes. They are actually leaders. Okay, but you see, chief of the Nigerian Police Force, Inspector General of the Police, does not even know his work. He just wants to please the president. He doesn't know he's independent of the president. Same with the Economic and Financial Commission, the EFCC boss. He doesn't know he's an independent office. Even Chief of Defense Staff doesn't know he can work on his own. Everybody, okay, I can even understand Chief of Defense Staff being loyal to the president. But what of EFCC? What of Attorney General of the Police? Of police? These people should be independent, but eye service, they want to stay a longer tenure and the rest. Before you know, they make the president to become an all-say boss, making me to refer them as regimes and not tenure, because it's becoming like they are the all-in-all. That is on that. Then we'll go to presidential villa. The act in the villas. There's nothing in the act in the villa. I think we have seen all the villas. Okay, what we did not go into was checking. Okay, maybe I'll provide time to go and show you what the auditorium look like. Okay, there's no artifact in the past head of state. Yes, there are places where you see the past head of state pictures and the rest, and a kind of history of the State House. I did not take you through there because I don't have clearance to those places. So that on that, then this is a means to contact the government. If you send any message through this link to inform the government through anything, I bet you in the next 5 years you may not get answer. But there's other ways to reach the government. All right, this is Change Catalyst, just for you to observe. What do you think about the presidency? Have we ever had a new president since 1999? Have the presidency, mind you, presidency is different from the president. Have the presidency changed? Are we still having the presidency? Has it changed? Is it the same set of people, or they have changed? Is it a monarchy where children come and inherit what their father, like what we see with what's that Senate president, Bukola Saraki? The Bukola family. All right, that being said, this is change catalyst. We create the change, we remain unchanged. So where I took you past, if you look our location, you will see all the places I mentioned to you from the one we passed that other day. Okay, and the House of Representative, that's the road I told you about. I know I've showed you guys this place. It's okay. So the Aso Rock Villa, this place you see that they wrote Aso Rock Villa. Okay, that's where we see the State House. Is different. Now looking at this map, I know that you want to put picture. This map will not help you. We know what we're doing. All right, this is Change Catalyst. We create the change, but we remain unchanged. Think of the presidency change. Let me hear your comment on the comment section and judge looking at today's government.